So we are in Columbia, South Carolina at my brother-in-law's house, and the X is gonna destination charge later tonight so we can continue down to the Charleston area. But check out the panels set up here on the roof, and I don't know if you can see, it kind of continues up to the other side of the roof here. And Harris was just telling me about how these are set up, the direction they're facing, the energy that they've been creating.
I guess my curiosity really was intrigued when I found out we faced due south.
Yeah.
And had a perfect view of the sun all day long.
Yeah.
And just had a really good opportunity with the incentive programs that were out there to capitalize on putting the panels at the house.
Yeah.
But what we have here is a 12 kilowatt system, which produces roughly $225 to $250 of power a month equivalent.
Wow.
And our goal was to try to get a house that got to zero, where we weren't really producing excess or having to buy power. All in all, the warranty on them is 25 years.
Okay.
They're supposed to have 95% of their performance
After 25 years?
After 25 years. So
that's better than my Tesla's battery.
You know,
that's pretty impressive.
That's yet to be seen.
Yeah.
So we'll be revisiting this when we're a little older.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we'll be climbing on the roof in 25 years.
Probably not.
I did get on the list for a Tesla battery.
Yeah, the power wall.
For the power wall. And this would give us the ability to integrate that into our system before it came to the meter.
Mm.
So when we did the math, I think our system takes 5.5 to 6 years to pay for itself.
Okay.
So the best way I could relate this for people to think about is most people keep a car 5 to 6 years.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So if you were given the option, which you wouldn't even worry about in a Tesla, but in a gas-powered vehicle,
Yeah.
to pay your whole fuel bill for 1 year up front and have the next 5 to 6 be free, would you do it?
Yeah, of course.
Because if you're essentially if you're gonna live in a house and have a mortgage for 30 years, and you're paying 6 years up front to get the next 24 to 25 for free, most people would say, yeah, I would do it.
that's a
The
fascinating
challenge
way to
is
think
just
about it.
staying
too.
there.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you gotta stay long enough to get the benefit out of it, because I think the one challenge in the having solar on a house is most people don't have a value assigned to it when they're coming to buy a house.
Yeah.
So I think if you have two houses sitting next to each other and one has no power bill and the other has a power bill, that wouldn't get weighed into the equation.
Does it increase the
price.
resale value, the purchase,
So
the value of the house?
That's yet to be seen.
Yeah.
And we're not moving, so
Yeah.
not by choice.
So we're back inside at my brother-in-law's place, and we've got a NEMA 1450 dryer plug. And yep, no, it's right. Yeah, no, I was telling Harris they installed it correctly. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that joke gets everyone, because that one would grab you and not let you go.
Yeah, 220 would be a
Yeah.
concrete floor.
That one will wake you
I
up.
can't help myself. Okay. Let's see. What work with that? There we go.
There you go. It's charging. It's green. So we wake up to this today. I don't know if you can tell. Tire level is extremely low. The pressure sensor came on last night, but it was just barely low. So obviously it's a very gradual leak. And it's a Sunday morning. Most of the tire shops here in Columbia, South Carolina are closed, but we've got to make it down to the Charleston area soon. So there's no Tesla service center within 100 plus miles in Charlotte. So we're going to drop this off at Firestone and get it looked at so we can continue our journey, but a little surprise this morning. So I'm outside of Goodyear Tire here in Columbia, South Carolina. Closest place to brother-in-law's house. Down to 10 PSI, had to crawl over to get here. And they're telling me because it's a special tire with some silent strip on the inside, they can't really do much with it here. So hoping that they can at least, put some sort of a comparable spare on there for me so I can make my way back to some place that can repair it and we can continue on our trip. But we'll see.
Foam rubber band that runs around.
Oh wow, yeah. There's a nail. So no band. So we have the replacement tire here and installed. It's a Bridgestone, not the Continental that the other tires are, but it's the same size. It doesn't have the soundproofing, but I doubt you'd hear any sort of a difference with 1 out of 4 wheels not having the foam insulation the other ones do. But there we have it. We're good to go. And unfortunately, they were not able to patch the other one at that location. So it was a few hundred bones. But, you know, I'd rather have safe bones with the family in the car than, you know, saving a couple hundred bones. So there we have it. Some new tires to go with too now.
I'm looking forward to is this view from our windows.
Look at this view. This is big sky country right now. This is unbelievable.
How often can you just look up? Now you're driving, so you need to watch where you're going.
I'll put it on. There you go. So it's 95 degrees out. The sun is directly overhead, and again reaffirming that the tint that comes with this car above you here does an incredible job because there's no heat being felt from above, and we've been in the car for several hours, so thought it was worth noting right there. But we are coming up on our, look at this, we're right there. Model X reaches the Atlantic Ocean.
Oh, look how pretty this is. This is gorgeous. I don't know if I could even capture this though because the bridge is sort of in the way. But gorgeous.
Let's see. We are not leaving you, buddy. We're not leaving you. We made it. Our new tire performed pretty well. You can see the little dot stamp on there. So we have made it to Isle of Palms, South Carolina, just outside of Charleston. The Atlantic Ocean is right around the corner. The winds are howling off the ocean today on a nice mid-90 degree day. And I've got the dryer plug and an extension cord as well, because we've been here before, so we know that they've got stuff all around in the garage area. So I was just going to draw an extension cord, but here's the dryer and the plug itself. I unplugged it moments ago, and it's actually your standard 3-prong 1990s wall outlets. Say 1030, NEMA 1030. Current dryers in modern houses are NEMA 1430s, which have 4 prongs, but the older ones have these 3 prongs. So I've got adapters. Most of the Teslas come with a variety of adapters, but this particular one that I've got an extension cord for, so it'll be perfect to get us, I guess, about 20 miles of charge per hour. So, you know, you sleep 8 hours, you pick up 160 miles, and we have about 80 miles, so that'll get us pretty much to fully charged in 8 hours, which is perfect, as we'll be hanging out over there on the water. So we are plugged in at the back of the dryer. We've got the 1030 adapter on, the 3-prong plug. There it is. And it looks like it's green down there, so that's working. And then this comes up and meets up with the car. Now what I'm going to do as an extra precaution, hey boys, can you guys stay off the street? Stay in the driveway. What I'm going to do as a precaution is get in here and go to charging. Well, you know what? It has already turned it down to 24, so it has recognized its GPS location from the last time I was here and turned it down to 24 amps, which is what I was going to do. For continuous draw, you want to draw 80% of the rated amperage, and that's a 30 amp dryer. 80% of it is 24 amps. The car already knows that, but wanted to make sure. And we got Shoeless Joe Jackson in the house. What's wrong, buddy? All right, but we are charging green, so we'll see how we do. Let's go upstairs. You can hear the boys.
There we go.
The boys and their toys are out everywhere.
And we are getting ready for the beach.
Yeah.
And of course I left the kids' bag back in Columbia, so they may be going to the beach in diapers and undies. And I may be running to Target later this evening to get some supplies, but we're gonna make the best of it.
We're gonna make the best of it. Go with a flat tire, forgetting our bags, the whole nine this trip. But we made it!
We made it!
This is the coziest beach house you'll ever come across. Such a beautiful area with the ocean just around the bend. If you've got a Tesla or an electric car and want a destination charge at this property, you can use the dryer plug, but they've already applied for a Tesla destination charger to be installed here as well. So you're more than welcome to come on down. If you're in the Charleston area, there are very few chargers in Charleston. So this would be a fantastic place if you want a place to stay while you're on the beach. Ocean we will go, ocean we will go. We forgot our swimsuit in the other house. Whoa! It's so windy. We've got a Tesla truck. If I go to the Tesla app, we will get to see exactly what the charge status is. So it says 9 hours remaining, and we're getting about 15 miles per hour of charge, pulling all 24 amps, 238 volts. So it's pretty good clip there. We'll easily get up to 90% before sunrise, and we'll be on the beach after sunrise for a few hours. So we will comfortably have to make it back to Columbia and stop to grab the things we left over there, and then we will shoot off to, hey, look at the guy go. We'll shoot off back to Atlanta. Whoa!
That might be a little too big for me. Oh no, I'm going backwards. Oh.
What happened?
He skinned his finger.
Right here.
Oh man. What's going
Why do I
on,
keep
Mama?
going backwards? I'm obviously having issues today. Oh,
You're on a little hill.
I'm gonna get.
Oh, you're about to regen.
I know it has regen braking here. Here we go.
Here we go, peace signing. You get the doors open. We are out for dinner.
Maybe, baby.
All
We
right.
are just turned on Shrimp Boat Lane.
Shrimp Boat Lane in Greenbow, Alabama.
Not really where we are though.
No,
You're gonna confuse people.
we're close to Greenbow, Alabama.
Just use it.
Landon, how's it back there? Awesome. No, don't press that button.
Nana, come on. Hop out. These are the best things ever.
King of
The
Pops.
best. And they're actually from Atlanta.
Stop.
Oh, you are melting! Good thing the seats are stain resistant. We are autopiloting. It's about 9 p.m. and heading back to the beach house. And look at the range right down there, 71 miles. So we are gonna plug in for the rest of the night when we get home, and we shall see. Yep, it is kind of fascinating. Look at that, we're at 28% right now. When we get home, we'll be at 26%. So we will see. I think by the time we get out of here, we will be fully charged in the morning. So we just got home. Little nighttime dryer plug action. You'll see how the charger indicator shows that it is working. There you go. As the amperage settles, you'll see the number kind of draw back. What's happening is when I open the door, the air conditioning comes back on. So if I turn off the air conditioning, the charge rate increases a little bit. Look at that, down to 1350, 1345, 40, 30. So it'll just gradually keep lowering. But if I leave the AC on, basically it'll use a little more of that energy to keep the cabin cool, and it'll charge at a slower rate because we're pulling 24 amps. So this is a really cool vantage point from the porch above, and it's obviously the sun has come up. We're about fully charged, but I can open the wings from up here and you'll see how it looks. Pretty unique vantage point, especially since we're right above the car. But I've got the key fob with a new key fob cover actually on there, but I can just double tap on each of the windows and that'll bring the doors down. I think we've got someone up there that has stopped in their tracks and is staring us in that truck. It's kind of the name of the game with a Model X. Everyone's going to want to stop in their tracks and stare. Actually, if you look in the center right there, that little strip between the wings, there's a little button right in the middle of that. That's one of the sensors for how high the wings will go up when they open. So it basically sends a signal out and detects the height of an obstacle above you and opens appropriately with that. Obviously the wings themselves have sensors on them as well that also do that for you. So we are just about packed up. You can see the trunk area with the bags and bags in between some of the car seats, but still left all the areas where people would be sitting empty, so you can comfortably put your leg. And the front trunk still have some room, working a few things in, all the stuff with sand on it and toiletries and wet bathing suits and things we have up in the front trunk. And getting ready to go, so we can actually see, I had it at 90% this morning and now I've just pulled the tab all the way up to 100%, so we're at 246 miles of range and about 35 minutes remaining. So we will be on our way here shortly. We'll actually drive into downtown Charleston, spend some time in Charleston, and then go back up to Columbia, South Carolina to retrieve some of the stuff we left over at our relative's place. And we might even just plug there for an hour while we hang out and let the kids stretch, and then we'll shoot on off towards Atlanta. The pain, the agony, I just noticed this up here, all the scratches from whatever we store in here, whether it be strollers or these mirrors, suitcase, as they slide back and forth. You see nice little scratches. Oh, the first cut is the deepest, but it definitely stings a little, but you know what? It's not a museum showpiece, it's a car, and you try your hardest to keep it in good shape, and real life happens. So we're gonna have to, you know, go with it and enjoy everything else about the car that is mind-blowingly brilliant. So we will do that. How you doing, Miss Kim?
Good, trying to figure out where we're gonna have lunch in Charleston.
Yeah, exciting times. Check out how gorgeous this landscape is right here. I don't know too much about specific trees, but I do know this is absolutely stunning. It's actually Forrest Gump, much of it was filmed not far from Charleston here in South Carolina, and the landscape really, really resembles what you see in the movie.
Anybody need a water while we're here?
Italian ice time on this 100-degree day in Charleston, and we just signed up to go on a carriage ride, so we're gonna hop on board here shortly and get a little tour of Charleston and learn about the history.
Now make sure I go one more. I push your foot right here for me, right there. That's perfect. There you go. You can have that.
We just came back from our carriage tour and are getting ready to head on out to Columbia, South Carolina, and then on our way to Atlanta. How's everyone doing?
Hot, hot, hot.
Hot, hot, hot. It's about 100 degrees. So we have arrived back in Columbia, and what we're gonna do is raise the suspension because, as you can tell here, is a pretty steep driveway. So what I'll do is I'll back up a little even more. And steep driveway is right there where I'm gonna have to turn right. And I'm gonna raise the suspension to high and auto raising location. So it automatically is gonna remember suspension. I can even go very high, but I'm comfortable that high is plenty sufficient enough. And it's mainly on the bottom turn right there, but we will now remember this location as being a high suspension location. So it won't be an issue as far as hitting the bottom of the car in the future. About 88 miles of range, and we're going to go to Augusta and then on our way to Atlanta. Augusta is about 88 or so miles, about 90 miles away from here. So I'm going to get some insurance miles, and I've got my NEMA 1450 plug over here, and I've actually I could back in there, but they've got some stuff in there, so I've just put my extension cord out to make it simpler, and I'm just going to plug in the 1450 plug that comes with the car, and then we'll pick up some miles here. Let's see if I can do this with everything in hand. There we go. I've actually never used the 1450 extension right here, but from everything I've read, it is pretty seamless. Green blinking is usually a good sign, and it says starting to charge, so we shall go to the charging tab, and there you go. So we're not going to charge to 100%, we'll just do trip since we're going to be on our supercharger route. So we'll be here for an hour. This gives us about 24 or so miles of charge per hour, so we'll be here for an hour and get 24 or so miles of buffer, since you know that's all we need. Might be here for a little more than an hour. Kids want to go jump in the pool, so we'll do that. So we made it to the Augusta supercharger, and we're gonna supercharge here, and we stopped at
Chick-fil-A to get ice cream. So
Whole Foods was closing on us, but Chick-fil-A's open.
You know, Whole Foods, Chick-fil-A.
Exactly.
Both good for you, right?
Options in Augusta are limited past sunset, but we are here, and I've never really supercharged at nighttime before, but nice touch, Tesla, with the red lit area there on the superchargers. So we'll plug it in. Parked in the first stall here since the other stalls were not performing as well when I last came here, but they told me these ones were pretty good. So
yes.
Let's see how we're doing. Charging will start momentarily.
Would you like to escape?
And it says it's doing. It's quickly pulling its miles.
Might need your help carrying the kids
And looks like we're good to go. So we're gonna hang out here for about 30 to 40 minutes. That'll be what we need to make it home. So there are the supercharger locations back there, and turning the car off and coming back here right at the Hilton Garden Inn. Look at this beautiful little outdoor area, and the Tesla owners are encouraged to hang out in the lobby, or if it's a nice night like tonight, we can hang out here and have our little ice cream. We got our pajamas ready so we can sleep on the ride home. Yes, 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 you're having such a good day. Yeah, but this is how we're gonna end our night. Watch the car right there, and this guy is gone goofy. gone goofy. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time.